I'm at this phase right now where that's kind of the eternal question. It's like, man, how do I know what to do next? Like, if I don't necessarily want to go to Omegle Bar's episode 1000, like if that's not the be all and end all of my journey as an artist, well, then what is it? And it's that whole thing of like, man, I don't know. I think I have to experiment. But I think that's a big part of it is, and I say this not as someone who has mastered this. I say this as someone who is, I'm telling myself as much as I'm telling anybody watching or listening. I think one has to create the space to play and to experiment and to fail. And I think for me, a big thing is like reminding myself that, hey man, like it's just music. Like nobody's gonna get hurt, and it's not everything. And it's hard for me to say that as somebody who's so passionate about music and so ambitious. And I've always defined myself as a musician. And in some ways, I think that I didn't even choose it. It's like that baby that was vibrating on the living room floor hearing Howlin' Wolf was a musician. Like I have this electric rhythm inside me. That's how I describe it and think about it. And I had it as a baby and I have it now. That's why I move when I freestyle. I can use my mind and my mouth to express it as a rapper, or I can get behind the drum set and express it that way. But it's physical. I have this rhythm in me and it has to come out. And if it can't come out for multiple days, I get in a shitty mood. So it's hard for me as somebody who has just always defined themselves as a musician to be like, hey, this isn't everything. Like you're not just a musician. You're a human being who happens to be a musician, but you also have other roles and other people who depend on you and other ways that you can contribute positively to society and the world. And, you also need breaks and you need rest. And some days maybe you don't make anything, some days maybe you read a book. Instead, read some poetry and question what it means, and maybe that will inspire the next thing. So I'm learning all of this in real time. It's a great time for you, Michael. Thank you for asking me this question because, I'm learning all of this as I go, and I'm trying to be a little easier on myself because I do have this tendency to be really hard on myself and be like, man, just work harder, just muscle through it, And I think after this year that I had last year, I tried muscling through it for a while, and I'm arriving at a point now, where it's like, I'm realizing like, hey man, I don't know if you can always think your way through these problems. And I don't know if you can always muscle your way or work your way through these problems. I think sometimes there's a need to loosen the reins, if that makes any sense.